You know, it's always good when we see someone with local ties reaching new heights and doing well, and that's exactly what Houston Odum did. He's the artistic director for an all-new theatrical circus show this weekend in Winston-Salem, sort of like a mini Cirque du Soleil type thing. And he got his start at the School of the Arts in Winston. Here's part of our conversation with him and a sneak peek at the show.
Since I was age 9, I started juggling, training, doing competitions and stuff, and then I went to school for design. I went to UNC School of the Arts and just graduated with a degree in scenic design. So I've been combining my knowledge of circus, design, theater, all of that, to where now that I've made my own company, it's kind of the culmination of all of that in one. So our company is Activate Entertainment, and our mission is really to provide high quality, meaningful performance that's also accessible to the public. Contemporary circus is not something that we really have around here. And so for us to provide something where, you know, you might see the same artist that you'll see on a Cirque du Soleil stage, sometimes the exact same artist you'll see on a Cirque du Soleil stage, here in the Triad performing, and we're not charging $200 a ticket. In fact, all of our performances except this one have been free to the public. So we really do have a strong mission for providing something that people don't have access to usually. So Solstice, a winter circus experience, is our first indoor show, and it's a 75-minute long contemporary circus production. It combines local artists with national circus artists into a 75-minute, very cohesive show with a story, with great music, great lighting, great costumes. We really wanted to create an environment and an immersive experience. So to me, one of the things that makes this show really special is that we have some of our acts happen in the audience. For example, you'll see a hand balancer on canes that will happen, you know, if you're in those first couple rows, literally right beside of you in the air. And every night people hold their breath while that act happens, and it's just quite amazing to watch, and something that you don't get when you go to a large 3,000 seat venue, something we could only do by doing it here on a smaller scale.
Look at the balance.
Yeah, that's cool.
So this is kind of a standard circus meets Cirque du Soleil somewhere in the middle. And as he mentioned, there are local performers and international performers, and they mix them together for this. So it's really cool. It's called Solstice, a winter circus experience, and it's in Winston-Salem this weekend. We'll have details on the website. But it's really cool, and he's got ties to the area.
I'm just so impressed with all the great talent that comes out of UNC School of the Arts. We've done several stories on actors and directors and big names that we didn't even know were from this area that went there. So they're definitely producing some great work.
When y'all were kids, did you have a favorite part of the circus?
I actually don't know if I've ever been to a circus.
That's
I was
great.
trying to think back, you know, I've seen some of them on TV, like, but I actually don't know if I went to one. If I did, I was fairly young.
Don't remember.
And I probably was afraid of everything, including the clowns, because I didn't like people in costumes when I was younger.
What about you?
I really like the animals. So just the ability to train an elephant or a lion or a tiger to do something, it's incredible to me.
Earlier in my career, like my very first job in front of the camera and TV, the circus was in town, and they said, do you want to like announce the opening of the circus? I said, sure, I'll do that. And they said, well, you have to ride an elephant in.
Oh, yes.
And so the elephant goes down on one knee, and I got to climb up in the saddle, and right, that was crazy.
How was that experience?
It
Because I've
was
seen a
fascinating.
lot of reporters do like a stand-up on
Yes.
top of an elephant, and I think that's pretty
They
cool.
said, scratch her behind the ear. And so I did, and he goes, no. That's like that to them. She goes, you had to use your elbow and go wham and rub it like that. And she said that, and then the elephant like raised the trunk up and shook my hand. It was crazy.
What did their skin feel like?
Rough, really rough and bumpy. It was crazy.